Espada, mierda. Vamos con Jaskier. ¿Qué es esto? No quiero ligue todavía. Vamos a ver al Jaskier. Qué decepción. Qué decepción. Para esa mierda de espada. Para esa mierda de espada. Una misión nivel 24.
Presence is an affront to the eternal fire.
Sí, está cerrado, pero yo entré por el otro lado, yo creo, Por aquí.
I'll never come back, you stinking stank.
No sé por qué me manda por el otro lado.
Next time I'll rip your fucking legs off and shove them up your arse till you've toes for teeth.
Mr. Ten, enano. Boom. The second
Yeah, it's in the nick of time, as always.
Zoltan, with your boot to someone's ass, as always. Who were those men?
Local colour. I wasn't gone more than a moment. Long enough for them to turn our home into theirs. All right, time for some spring cleaning. I've got to boot them all out. Care to join me?
Me apunto.
With pleasure.
No sé qué. Oye, ¿por qué habéis 3 contra mí?
Pathetic.
Reminds me of our days of...
Yeah, almost like we never left Bergen.
I'm pleased. That went well. Now we can greet each other like the gods ordained. Ages, pal.
Hey,
No sé
Zoltan,
qué habrá vivido con
you look
Zoltan,
good.
pero...
Training plenty lately. What with the war on, no Mahakaman meat to be found, but Redanian lagers standing in just fine.
Me alegro por ti.
You, though, you've withered a bit. Something worrying you?
Estoy buscando hacer ya esto.
It's about Ciri. I know she came to Novigrad. Might still be here.
You mean she's come back? I'll be damned. I wonder if I'd recognize her.
Seguro que lo reconozco.
How many years is it now? 6, 7? But what'd she be doing here?
Hiding, probably. She might be in danger.
See her in your dreams?
Couple times. Her and the Wild Hunt.
Oh, not good.
Not at all, but I know she came here and contacted Dandelion.
We've a wee problem then.
¿Qué ha pasado con Jaskier?
Where's Dandelion?
I'd like to know that myself. Maybe he could explain what the hell's going on. I just barely returned, as you saw. I'm expecting to come home to a hot like a boar and some cold ale, and what do you find instead? A shite storm. Dandelion gone, the tavern chock full of bums.
Ay,
Haven't a clue what
Jaskier.
happened.
Let's look around. Might find something that'll put us on his trail.
Prime idea. I say we start on the ground floor. It's where he sat and wrote.
Pues a buscarle. Esto no lo había saqueado hasta ahora.
10 barrels of Toussaint Dry, 5 cases of sodden triple mead. Nothing here.
No, that's exactly what we're looking for.
A ver qué reservas tiene.
It's his planner.
Jaskier.
Huh. Dandelion and planning? Good one.
Claro.
Besides, anything he wrote here probably had a special system. Chaos only he could ever decipher. Actually, in the past, sometimes not even that.
Pues
Give him a
probablemente.
chance. Might not be that bad. Seems when he inherited this fine establishment, it came with some fine responsibilities. bookkeeping among them. He also made a habit of noting down the times of his meetings, official and private. So, who'd he been seeing of late? Ah, here it is.
Solo se veía con mujeres.
Seems he's only been meeting women of late.
Jaskier.
The dog.
Not a bad idea. Dandelion's pretty loose-lipped. Might have blabbed something to a lady friend that'll put us on his trail.
That's what I'm counting on. We should divide these somehow. Perhaps... Ah, fuck it. I'll ask the lassies in my half, you interrogate the ones in yours. Suit you?
Zoltan, wait. This is in verse.
En verso.
And
Vale.
you figure that's unnatural because...
Wonderful. Meet me back here when you're done. Share our
Pues a buscar a
findings.
Jaskier.
Right you are. Need to do a wee bit of tidying before I go. Cannot stomach the idea of coming back to this mess. And you'd be wise to read your bit before you scurry off. If you need anything, I'll be next door.
Vale, pues... Parece que esto se ha rellenado porque ya robé esto.
From the finest vineyards, every last one.
No one knows the fruit of the vine like Dandelion.
Dandelion. Este es mi alijo. Igual puedo aprovechar para dejar cosas. A ver, esto en sí me sirve de algo. Pues ya está. ¿Qué es esto?
The faculty of Oxenfurt University is honored to grant Julian Alfred Pancratz, Viscount de Letenhove, the title of Master of the Seven Liberal Arts.
Keep forgetting he's got that damn fool name.
Ahora aquí hay un papel y ahí hay algo en rojo. Agenda de Jaskier. Ahí la he leído. Sin darme cuenta. Habla con Péspora. Joder. Con todas las que tengo que hablar. Está sudado todo.
Still here.
Oh, por fin.
Looking for something?
Just checking to see that everything's in place. Buggers might have hauled something off the opponent.
Sí, pero no
Actually,
creo.
glad you're still here. Wanted to ask you about someone.
A ver, Molly, ¿quién es?
Though
Jaskier,
well she
cabrón.
knows the touch of silken lace, she shuns not straw when gripped in lust's embrace.
Molly. Keeps things tidy for the Baroness Lavalette.
A baroness within reach and he settled for a chambermaid?
Dandelion's not one to judge folk by their station. You know that. Like he says. In the alcove,
Jaskier.
we're all equals.
Yeah. Guess a true poet observes life in all its aspects. Examines it from all perspectives.
Está él con un dragón. Qué grande.
If I didn't know him better, I'd say he was jealous about this Marabella.
Oh, I doubt it. Former pupil. And well, the tales he told me about her.
Doubt I want to hear them.
Probably better off not. Things between them took a turn for the strange at some point.
Meaning?
She had him wearing mummers' costumes. Took to calling him Christian, referring to herself as Anastasia.
Qué suerte.
Truly perverse.
He didn't ken half of it. Called him a stallion once. That's the fool took it as a compliment. Till she pulled a bit of
Dios,
reins
puto
into her cupboard.
Jaskier.
Oh, poor bastard fled out the window.
A ver, Véspula.
Vespula. Name rings a bell. She threw his knickers out the window.
That's her.
Hollered something about him being a scoundrel with a voice like a consumptive pheasant.
That's her.
Threw flower pots at him.
Guess soul flames never die.
Ay, ay, ay. Rosa par atre.
Like a rose abashed of its crimson hue, fair Rosa would sink into humor's blue. She shunned her lessons in civility to swing her dwarf with agility. Dwarf, Never suspected he'd be so humble.
Dwarfs what Rosavar Atre named her Jaskier.
Uy, here.
Well chosen, eh?
All right. But Varatra? Her dad happened to
Es
be
que
the
me suena.
Nilfgaardian
Me
ambassador.
sonaba el barato.
Yes. You know him?
Wouldn't say that. Had a brief conversation with him at the palace in Vizima.
Well, then you've a good notion of the kind of bloke he is. Commissioned Dandelion to tutor Rosa and her sister in the art of rhetoric. But we Rosa preferred swordplay.
How dare she
Interesante.
reject the great bard in favor of a common swordmaster?
More than one, it seems. Week on week, we get fresh gossip about her thrashing another instructor. So bad he
Joder.
resigns. Word has
que
it
es
her
buena
dad's now
peleando.
looking to hire her next victim. I mean, instructor.
Pues iré yo.
A figure most rare, her nature dual. Look deep in her eyes or be made a fool. Well, well. Seems fascinated with this one.
Uy, sí,
Ah,
mucho.
not without reason. Never been much for elven
Una
women
elfa.
myself, but this one's exceptional. Dare say Francesca Finderbeard be jealous.
You want to take this one then?
Nah, you can have her.
Why?
See, elven beauty is like a young Beauclair wine, whereas I prefer vodka straight up.
Pues ya sabemos todo lo necesario.
Well, know about all I wanted to know. Thanks for your help.
Venga. O sea que... O sea que ahora tenemos que buscarlas.
Did an honest job.
Pues la más cercana me queda esta.
Your presence is an affront to the eternal fire.
I'm warning you.
Mira las palomitas. Uy, follón.
I will get you every last copper. With interest. Give me a week, please.
Horson's no
Uy, qué feo.
banker. He's an honest man. You pay on time, you get protection. You don't pay.
Hola.
Help!
What you hollering for, stupid wench? What are you hoping for? A knight in shining armour?
Close enough.
Keep out of this, greyhead, not your concern.
Vino. No, no voy a pagar 200.
Vespula's got someone else's protection now.
Really? Who's that be?
El rey del...
The king of beggars. Made a deal with Junior. This is his turf now.
Didn't hear nothing about that.
Pues
But you
ahora sí.
have heard what Bedlam does to people who cross him. Or you need a demonstration.
Come on, Fritz. Boss wants it that way. It's how it's got to be.
Ahora, obtenido.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. To think there are men who'll help a
Bueno,
stranger out of the kindness of
desinteresada,
their hearts.
desinteresada no.
Not entirely out of kindness. And you're not entirely a stranger.
What are you? Oh, I know you. You're that witcher took Dandelion out whoring.
Geralt.
Gerald, right?
Not Gerald. Geralt.
Oh,
Geralt.
dreadful sorry.
Explain something if you don't mind. You say I took Dandelion out whoring.
So he said. Claimed I was his one and only. But he fell in with the wrong folk. You and that dwarf who always looks like a cow licked him. Said you two were a bad example. Wine, women.
Cabrón.
Song. He picked that habit up from us too? Gotta have a word with him.
Bueno, a ver qué me dice.
What do you think? Where could Dandelion be?
Probably out whoring. That horse pheasant. That lying scoundrel.
Ouch. What did he do to get your goat?
Same thing as ever. Prize bullshitter came back, saying it was till death do we part this time. And no more than a week passed before I spotted him in Harbourside, strolling with some trollop on his arm. 'Twas the last straw. All those questions about the washerwomen at the bathhouse, then this. I beat him black and blue and threw him out on his ear.
¿Con quién andaba? A ver.
This woman he was with in the harbor. Who was she?
Claimed she was his niece from Covere. Ha! Horvere, more
En
likely.
inglés le llaman Dandelion en vez de Jaskier.
Corset so tight her eyes were popping out her head. His too, come to think of it. An artist or a whore. Doesn't much matter as they're one in the same.
Gracias, igual.
Thanks for your help. Listen, when I find Dandelion, anything I should tell him?
No. I mean, tell him he's a two-faced snake, but
O sea que se lo pasa
it would
bien
be
con
nice
el
if he dropped
Jaskier.
by.
Interesante. Pues vamos a la siguiente. Que creo que esta es la más cercana, si no... Vamos a mirarlo, sí, está aquí mismo. O sea que vamos corriendo. Esta musiquilla. Es que he visto esta casa rebosar y digo... Pues luego está vacía, pero bueno.
I'm a friend of Dandelion's, looking for Elial.
You've come to the right spot. How might I be of service? Need something shortened? Patch your trousers, darn your socks?
Hi.
You Elial?
Yes.
O sea que es un...
Now pick your jaw up off the floor.
Sorry, I thought Elial was one of Dandelion's girlfriends.
Dan-
Oh, so it's that. Wait here.
A ver qué hace. Se va a cambiar de ropa.
Any better?
Joder.
So you're...
Puto Jaskier. Está con todo el mundo.
Did you and Dandelion...
¡Eh!
How did you two meet?
I met him one night in a tavern. He was blind drunk.
Joder. Increíble.
What
esto.
happened?
What do you think? We spoke.
That's it.
I'm not sure
Sí, se ha
what you're
centrado en el
getting
punto...
at, but
en
I
el
should
punto
make one
clave.
thing clear. Men don't interest me. Told him that as well. Luckily, Dandelion's an open-minded fellow. We had a lovely evening. He became a loyal customer afterwards.
Un cliente fiel de qué. A ver, ¿cuándo lo viste?
Dandelion visit your shop often?
I tried many times to talk him into a decent doublet. Sadly, he'd only come in to get a button rear fixed or a hole
Ya,
patched.
ya.
When did you last see him?
Some time ago, he brought in one of Zoltan's jerkins, insisted I sew on an extra pocket.
Claro.
Odd as requests go, I had the distinct feeling he'd actually come to talk.
Vaya, vaya.
What did you and Dandelion talk about? He asked about anything in particular?
Let me think. Had an ordinary chat, really. Although,
Kalkstein.
indeed, he did keep asking about Kalkstein. If Dandelion and I hadn't laid our cards on the table at the start, I might have suspected he had a history
Joder,
with
con
the
el
alchemist.
alquimista también.
He spoke
Ya
like
es
a
que
lovesick
este-
beau. In fact,
Ay, ay.
desperately wished to meet with him.
Kalkstein's in Novigrad? Wouldn't mind seeing him myself.
Pues habrá que ir
You're
a
too
verle.
late, I fear. The witch hunters nabbed
Vaya,
him
es el que
recently,
quemaron.
burned him at the
Perfecto.
stake in Hierarch Square. But as he perished, ooh, the goings-on, impressive. Fiery beasts circled his pyre, then
Espectacular.
rose into the sky and exploded to form letters.
Espectacular.
What did they spell?
Radovid sucks flaccid cock.
Qué cabrón. Bueno, tú no.
Thanks for your help. And
No me has ayudado.
nice to meet you.
I can help with much more. If you need new trousers or a vest, you know where to find me.
Pues por ahora no necesito nada. Voy perfecto con el mío. Pero, oye, igual sí que te puedo robar. Vale, es que no tiene nada. Vale, pues a por la siguiente. Aquí no he cogido el tablón este. O han puesto nuevas cosas. Que no me sorprende. Hay 3 arriba, hacia el norte. ¿Y quién más? Bueno, vamos a ir. No sé si Sardenilla puede entrar. Llevo todo el capítulo sin sacar. Venga, sardinilla.
Move it.
No puedo ir más rápido. Vamos a ir por aquí. Para coger las misiones que pueda de esto. Plaza del Jerarca.
Behave, Witcher.
Estos eran los bardos.
It's a wreck. Do you see what I do?
Vale. El Jaskier este, no... Casa encantada. ¿What? Esa es la que he hecho antes. ¿Qué me va a mandar? ¿Qué me va a mandar este pesado ahora?
Not so
Ostras.
fast, Roach.
O sea, la casualidad que estás ahora... Podría...
Hey, ya.
Bueno, si acabo rápido la de Jaskier, puedo ir a ver la casa encantada, pero supongo que te irás antes, o sea que... Una pena, ¿eh? Podría...
Whoa there, Roach.
O si estás ahora, igual puedo ir ahora. ¿Estás ahora? Es que hay una que se llama como tú. Va a ir ahora. Luego ya buscaré a las novias de Jaskier. Pasando el tío ese.
No lollygagging.
No bread, no coin, boring shite.
A ver.
Well, you wanted braids.
But I didn't want my hair pulled.
Hasta
Can't have
abajo.
one without the other.
Then I don't want them.
Antes salió aquí, o sea que igual está aquí. Igual no está. A ver, sí que estará, pero... ¿dónde? Esa es la cuestión. Parece que abajo no está. No me hagas bajar otra vez, verás tú. Ah, mira, mira. Aquí está.
Witcher, Witcher.
Witcher, Witcher.
Kareen, look who's come.
Esta ha comprado la casa.
If you're together now, didn't know.
Once you told me Sarah had been responsible for my nightmares.
No, esa se llama
I decided
Sara,
to
por
see
eso te he
if the
dicho que
devil
voy.
was
No he
as
dicho que se
scary as the
parezca. Se
painting.
llama Sara, con
Or
H.
her. I came in to find not a fiend, but our little Sarah. And I can't say why, but we took a liking to one another immediately.
Long ago, to isolate themselves from a world of beasts, humans began building cities.
una
But since beasts
criaña.
prowl within stone walls as well as they do
La había dejado
outside
ahí
them,
con
this did not
pesadillas a la
allay human
tipa.
fears. The truth is, walls guarantee no one's safety. The place where you lock yourself in and lock all else out, that's not your home. Your home is sometimes a place you travel long and far to find.
Pues ya está. Pues esto era. Pues mira, al final, con mentirle al millonario ese y todo, he logrado que esta tenga una casa. A ver, no sé si has visto bien al criaño. Pues mírala. Pues esa es. Perfecto. Pues vamos a jaskierear. Es que esta casa la compró un rico, pero está viviendo la Sara esta. Y claro, tenía la opción o de ayudar al rico y darle la casa limpia, pero he tenido que tirar a esta, o O ya lo que sería, pues, mentirle al otro y que se quedara esta. Y entonces puse en venta la casa y la ha comprado la tía que le ayude ahí. Que tiene sueños y así. Güey, toca pelotas. Te veo. Bueno, a ver cuál es la que encontramos ahora. A ver si acabo ya con las novias de Jaskier. Hostia, esta plaza. Joder. Joder. Aquí no me van a dejar entrar.
This baronet's La Valette's villa.
La Belle.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't
Igual
worry.
sí.
I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Vale.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
La baronesa va a salir.
Greetings, Witcher. Must admit it's curious to see you here. I don't quite believe in coincidences.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of monsters,
Hola.
and my son.
Pues
You're
no sabía
right,
eso.
General. My visit's no accident. I'm looking for someone.
There's no one here who wishes to see you. Captain, this man is not to enter. Forgive
las
me,
carreras.
Morvran, but I've lost my appetite for the races.
Bueno,
Kill a woman's son and appear at her doorstep? My. I thought witches had better survival
matado?
skills than that.
¿quién es su hijo?
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
I fear your information's out of date. Molly no longer works here.
¿Dónde
Seem to
puedo
know who
encontrar?
Molly is. You also know she doesn't work here anymore. Know where I can find her, maybe?
This time of day? Probably sipping punch and considering which horse to bet on.
Not in the mood for jokes.
I jest you not. After Arian's demise, Luis's nephew came to pay his respects. Got one glance of Molly and, well, they wed soon
Pues muy
after.
bien.
They now await his inheritance. With the Baroness's son dead, the estate will go to the nephew and Lady Lata, known until recently simply as Molly.
¿Que dónde
All
puedo
right,
encontrarla?
so where'll I find the newly minted Lady Lata?
Our dear little Molly has a new passion, horse racing. To my knowledge, she should be at Countess Vegelbud's villa right now. That's exactly where I'm going. Since you stripped me of Louise's company, perhaps you'd agree to come along.
Iré por mi cuenta, no quiero ir con
Think
este
I can
tío.
find my own way to the Vegelbud home.
Very well. Perhaps I can convince you to join me later at the races. I shall keep an eye out for you.
Perfecto. Movrambors. Pero ese está lejos. Vamos a ir a este. Y este que está al lado. Y de las carreras, ¿dónde estará? Quién sabe. Igual no necesito ni siquiera ir. Luis la Valette. ¿Qué haces, gato? Relax, gato, relax. Me ha aturdido. ¿Le puedo hacer mimos o algo? No. Pues vaya. Bueno, pues paso.
What do you want?
Estoy entrando, ¿no me ves? Soy el nuevo profesor de esgrima. Hasta luego.
Wanna see Rosa Varatra?
Oh, mate, if you only knew what I want. Miss Rosa don't see just anybody.
I'm Geralt of Rivia, a witcher.
Soon as Miss Rosa turns into a striker, I'm sure her papa will send for you. But she's not showing any symptoms yet, so I venture you're not needed.
Pero te gano con
On
la
your way
espada
now.
fácil, chaval.
Thanks, we ain't looking for no witcher.
¿Y este? Al principio pensaba que era un enano, pero no, está bugueado.
No discounts, no credit.
Un cofre guay. Bueno, se ve que puedo dar la vuelta, si no, no habría estas cosas para subir. Aquí un muerto. Carta de amor. Pues estaba enamorado de la rosa, pero me da a mí que...
You fancy men like me? Whole town's going on about it. So no point playing hard to get, sugar puss.
It's Lady Varatra to you. And I'd advise you to sod off, sugar puss, before I report this to Papa.
Tu papa. A ver, yo aprovecho ya que estoy aquí por si acaso. Grado Vizquinto. Y creo que ya no hay nada más, entonces ahora ya puedo entrar y hablar con esta. La torre se mola, Oh, está aquí.
Who are you? Why are you here? Answer
Okay,
this
sale así
instant
como
or
suena,
I'll
qué
summon the
valiente.
guards.
Sorry to sneak in, miss. I'm Geralt, a friend of the bard Dandelion.
Geralt of Rivia? The
Tío,
famed
guardia,
witcher of
si
the
no,
ballads?
increíble.
What are you doing here, vagrant?
Wait,
How'd you get
sal de
in?
ahí.
I let no one in the front, my lady. I swear it on the great sun.
Not a word. I'll handle this. Hold your tongue, sir. This is Frederick Francis de Bergerac, my new swordplay instructor, correct? Show him to the training room. I shall join him shortly.
But my lady's a witcher. Said so himself back by the gates.
Captain, do you truly believe Rosa Varatra would train with random clods calling themselves sword masters? No. The Varatras
Ya sabía yo
demand
que
the
con este iba
very
a pelear.
best. Thus, we've hired a witcher. Take him to the training room. Now.
As you say, miss. Won't you realise what you've got yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rose has got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword.
Me parece bien. Pero te lo robo. Esto
Grab a
también.
wooden one. And take care not to hurt the little miss. Or you'll earn the ambassador's eye.
Ay, que me he confundido. Shaq. Ahora cojo la espadita.
Follow me.
Sí, te sigo. ¿Por qué estás corriendo? Bonito lugar. Aquí viviría Orochimaru.
You're my new instructor? Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
¿Qué me voy a poner? ¿Algún traje? Voy a pintar. ¡Yeah! No sé qué ha pasado. ¿Qué dices de que no podemos dejar una? Que pelearás bien, pero tampoco te flipes. Hombre, y no me has visto esquivando. Soy más rápido que pegando. Que hostia, algo me está fallando.
How
ahora,
long
¿no?
you gonna make me wait?
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
A callar. Se me aburro. No, no te me rompas. Uf. Creo que es una señal de que tengo que ir acabando.
Well fought. You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
Pero si estaba hablando contigo.
Am I imagining things? Didn't we just have this conversation in the garden?
The garden? Yes, yes. In the garden. So,
Oh,
what
qué
was it you
provocative.
said? Why are you here?
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He
Puto
mostly
Jaskier.
played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship?
If you call him
Sí,
chasing
claro.
after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter. Stand and fight. I demand a rematch.
I challenge
Any
you to
last
it.
words?
No, 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 no. No sé qué está pasando. No me jodas.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
¿Qué cojones está pasando?
Not too late to surrender.
Bueno, he podido darle un par ahí, pero me está costando. Ahora ahí le he dado un par. Dos. Joder, ahora la he pillado y no la suelto, ¿eh? Y eso es un cofre.
Why bother with
Eso es un cofre que voy a robar.
you can barely handle one? Damn it!
Well, if you're not an instructor, you should certainly be one.
No.
Fancy giving me a few private
sí.
lessons?
Can't rightly refuse a
Es que seguro
request
que
from
me
a
da
lady.
What are
cofres.
you two lovebirds whispering about?
Hostia.
You asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna Va Atra, the greatest
o sea que son
mischief
gemelas.
maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Hang on. So it was you in the garden.
Of course it was me. Why, did Rosa try to play you for a fool? Don't be mad. We've done this since we were children. People have always mistaken us for one another.
Y Jaskier os
Take it,
diferencia.
Dandelion did too.
On occasion, yes. But then Rosa would quickly set him straight. If you'd shut your catty mouth for a moment, dear little sister, I could explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was
Puto
left to
Jaskier.
repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Calm down, ladies. No
Si
poets
os digo
worth two
silencio igual
sisters
me
nipping at each other's
arrancan la
throats.
cabeza.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Aquí en la
Who
Jaskier.
dandelions sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trabaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course. But who knows? The bard might have invented her just to make us jealous. Pitiful chorister. I'd say it worked. You've gone all red in the face just talking about it. Your face will be red when I scratch your eyes out.
Joder.
Been a pleasure, but I've got stuff to take care of.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again.
Sí, ya habíamos visitado.
Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
Ya te daré clases en el... ¿Dónde?
Awfully convincing, miss. Wonder where you learned it. Name the time and place.
House here, tomorrow. Same time as today.
See you then.
See you, Master Witcher.
Master Witcher. El cofre sí lo tengo que robar. A ver, estos tienen dinero, estos me tienen que dar oro. No, que quiero robar el cofre. Ah, no, pero no es igual. Se va a quedar. No, ese no es el que he visto. El que he visto está aquí. Vodka de Redane. Vale, no está interesante lo de las gemelas estas. Ahora, nos queda una. Espera. Rosa y Edna. ¿Y no tenía otra más por aquí? Juraría... Claro, tengo esta. Luego tengo a... los Begelwoods pero... Ciudadano adinerado.
Rabble from Valens come pouring into the city.
¡Ah! Fuck. Y así es como mueres, por tonto, qué tonto, qué tonto, qué tonto. Bueno, me habrá guardado justo cuando acaba el combate, o sea que tampoco pierdo mucho, pero bueno. Cargando. Cargandito. Bueno, pues eso. Es que no tiene nada de esto, pero... Igual voy a hacer las cosas bien y voy a salir por donde debo. Ostras, ahora sí puedo salir por aquí. Pues me ha venido bien. No sé qué son esos pantalones, pero... A estas les da igual, están. Son ricas. Hostia, me da un cofre. Un puto cofre así para que no tenga nada dentro. Una jarra. Voy a coger mi cofre gigante para guardar una jarra. Un susurrador de caballos. Otra jarra. Estos les gustan las jarras. Emir... Otra vez el susurrador de caballos. Que sea. Vale. Finiquitado esto, me falta hablar con esta tía de aquí. Que no me acuerdo ya. Como no me sale ahora mismo, no sé cómo se llama. Déjame en paz. Esta vez no me voy a tirar, por si no voy a morir. Voy a tener que hacerlo otra vez. Y es la última que me queda, luego tengo que ir al sitio de las carreras. ¿Alguien quiere más? Vale, me alegro que nadie más quiere meterse en líos conmigo. Mierda, que me he pasado a donde tenía que ir, casi seguro. Hombre, que me he pasado. Yo estaba yendo de lo de la carrera. Oye, gato. Bueno, que me metan en líos, pero... Ay, Dios mío. Aquí. ¿Esta que será la elfa? Mira. Otra con niños. Uf.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Marabella.
Marabella.
I am she. Wait outside. Class is in session.
Vale, esperaré.
I'll wait.
Voy a ser
It
majo.
won't take long.
De mientras os robo.
After all, what's a stranger doing here? A rat bit him, and he's caught a fever.
Where'd he get bit?
It hurt him much.
Will he die?
Don't die from rats, stupid.
Interesante. Es una escuela.
Yes, you do. Just the other day I saw a witch hunter tell a man, "You rat," and then he killed him.
Liar.
¿Qué será de
That's
temeria?
enough. We're done.
We're done for today. Sí, sí, acaba rápido porque te robo todo, ¿eh?
Wonder if the rat catcher will get
Das 2 minutos más de clase y te has quedado sin nada.
How do you know?
Mum says that if he but catches a cough, he's as good as in the grave. Grow up. This one's got a fever.
Aquí hay cosas todavía. Everluz, ¿eh? Ojo.
Wonder where he's from.
Travik, lárgate. ¿Quién es el niño que le dicen que se acabó la clase y se queda aquí? Es que de verdad.
Now can we talk?
Yes.
No, está
What
Travik.
do you want?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh, yes. Longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems.
No. We perused the illustrated guide to fungi.
Maybe... No. Won't even try to guess why he wanted to do that.
Mold. That was his interest.
¿Y eso por qué le interesa?
When his
Jaskier?
hand abandoned my knee to point at a figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died. Permanently.
Found a poem Dandelion wrote about you. Portrayed you as an unusually talented individual.
Really? Did he mention my poetry? Horses have always fascinated me. I've always longed to extol their noble beauty. Did you see any of my work at Dandelions? Mere exercises, true, but
¿Qué opinas
I'd be
de ellos?
curious to know what you thought of them.
Buenísimos. Una pasada.
No. Didn't see any.
Gee up! A snaky whip rose skyward. Jee-haw! Crack! She reined the beast in. The stallion danced
Buenísimo.
betwixt her thighs. Lather bathed its chinny chin.
Sorry, don't know much about poetry.
Buenísimo, ¿eh?
See
la verdad
Dandelion after the fungus incident?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is pure gold. He simply needs a bit more discipline in
Vale,
his life.
probablemente sea majo,
But he
chaval.
never came back to see me. So I thought if it's done, it's done.
Adiós.
Thanks for your help. Farewell.
Te he robado todo, espero que puedas mantener la academia o lo que sea. Ainara. Geni. Bueno, vámonos. Y ya nos quedaría pues ir a por los Vegelbull de estos, o como se llaman, Vegelbull. Y lo haremos el próximo día, que está lejos, o sea que hoy acabamos aquí. Gracias a todos por estar y nos vemos el próximo día que juguemos. Hasta otra. Adiós.